Armit.
I'm recording. Okay. Welcome to the call, everyone. Tonight, me and Chrissy have some fun stuff to share. We are just going to share with you the vision of how we want to proceed going forward with creating a challenge. What is it? Challenge group? What are we calling it? A community.
Community, yeah.
With creating.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I forgot. I'm excited. Oh, I'm sorry. I won't talk. I'm sorry.
No, we want this call to be
Okay.
like a mastermind call. We want your input. We're just gonna start by doing our living out loud things, and then we're gonna share our vision and hope that we can create something pretty powerful together where we just all get to shine, and we all get to use our strengths, and we all get to focus on our favorite things to do and create communities that we can welcome people into. And I know that some of you guys probably already have a community similar to this going on. So, and like Fawn, you have a challenge group that you wanted to start. I don't want this to get in the way of anybody's
It's never in the way.
role. But, don't slow your roll for this, but this is our vision, and we want to share it with you guys. We love you guys, so we're going to do this as a team and as a community. So, Chrissy, I'm going to start with my LOL, and I'm going to screen share. Okay.
How do you do that, by the way?
Screen share? You just, from the dashboard of the Zoom call, like you might see at the bottom.
Ooh.
No, are you on your phone or are you on a computer?
Oh, share screen. That's it?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Then you just click that, and then it'll give you options of like, do you want to share it to your phone or whatever?
Oh.
And so, yeah. Okay.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, that's good. Okay, so for the Team Fit Fam LOL, I wanted to highlight Ashley. She did this post, what was it, like a week ago? And I just thought it was really, 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 really good. And I know for Ashley, this is a deeper post for her. She's not used to sharing these kinds of things. And I know, too, that, I don't know if she wants me to share this, but she got messages right after this of people who were like, I feel that way, So I just think this is such an amazing post. I'm going to read it like I like to do. My 27 years of life has been my 27th year of life has been quite the year. When I first started my journey in 2015, I had low self-esteem. I was borderline depressed. I would bottle up everything inside me until I would explode. I was completely unhappy with myself. Now that I'm a year into my journey, I've found a new and improved person. I have the confidence that I never knew I was missing. I'm able to express how I feel without it boiling inside me. I'm truly happy with the person I've discovered this year. I know I'm not alone. I know there are others putting one foot in front of the other, hoping for something more. I found a group of friends who are in the same situation as me, and through talking to one another and supporting one another, we are all better. We are Beachbody better. And what the coolest, Beachbody better, that's the coolest little catchphrase, hashtag. I've never heard that. Maybe I've never heard that before. And Beachbody better, that just describes it. No matter how, I think I've shared with everybody that this has been a rough year for me. So no matter how low I am, I still feel Beachbody better. And I can't imagine where I would be without you guys, without the support of this community, without the focus on nutrition, without having the awareness and the consciousness to exercise and how that helps me. All of those things, that's Beachbody better. And I just think that Ashley nailed it with this post. It's short, it's sweet, it tells you so the best things to do, I feel like, with when you're posting and when you're thinking about your target market and all of that, is to meet them where they are and then show them through your journey where they can be. So by expressing where she was a year ago, that's meeting them where they are. That's meeting her target audience where they are now and showing them through the journey where they could go. And I think this is such a prime and amazing example of that. And, you know, it doesn't have to be, I think I highlight a lot of posts like this that are like, you know, from depression or overweight to, you know, kind of big transformation stories. But you can meet somebody where they are with anything. And it doesn't have to be something like low self-esteem or depression or anything. You can meet them where they are with anything and then show them how on your journey where they could go. Because if they can't find that connection, like if you're always the Beachbody better person, you're not going to be able to connect. People are going to say, yeah, but she's, you know, already motivated, or but that's her because she's already, she already eats healthy. You got to show them and meet them where they are, and you gotta go there and then give this other side. So congratulations, Ashley. I don't think she's on the call, but I love this post, and so I wanted to share that with everybody.
Thanks. Can I do an LOL?
Ashley.
Huh? Yeah. You may do an LOL. Oh, Alex.
Okay, so I'm going to share the screen. Okay, so I've actually recognized this person before already, but I'm going to do it again. So someone who is on my team who's really good at giving you the real deal, you know what I mean? Like telling you how it is for her, is Maria. She's just really good about sharing her journey, talking about the good, the bad, the ugly. And I don't know why I tend to highlight posts that maybe aren't like rainbows and unicorns and stuff. Like I always kind of go for the real deal posts, the raw ones, the vulnerable ones. And that's exactly what this post is. It's not an uplifting post. It's not one that's going to say, yeah, I want to go get fit. And that probably seems so like the antithesis of what we should be doing. The reason I like posts that are very honest is because we're not perfect people, you guys. We're not, you know, I don't know, maybe there's some people on FitFam who are bikini models, but I know for me and my team, for the most part, we're not. We've got mom bods, we've got issues, we've got things that we're working through, and being vulnerable and sharing that is so amazing, because just like Larissa just said, we're meeting them right where they are. And our niche, our market is not bikini models. They're moms who've got, you know, depression, anxiety issues, and like this post, chronic pain, you know. I'll read this really quick. It says, it's been a rough day, one I normally would have enjoyed so much. Instead, I survived my day as a kindergarten classroom volunteer and through a Girl Scout meeting. I woke this morning with a tight hip, not too usual, but now I can barely lift my right leg. Think getting into the car, walking upstairs. This is what chronic pain looks like. Most days, it's just a dull, annoying ache, yet always being careful of how I move and lift things. Not today, though. Today, it's that kind of pain that has me drugged up since 6 p.m. instead of bedtime because I just really need some relief. Now, there is a caveat. There's another post up here that gets better. Like it says, she went to the chiropractor, you know, got some ice, was told to rest, of course, not to exercise anyway. So don't think that it was all negative. But the reason I like this post is because she knows that her market is moms just like her who are going through all different kinds of things, and her willingness to be open and honest about what she's going through, even when it's not a hip hip hooray post, when it's more like, yikes, you know, I'm really working through some things right now, makes me so flipping excited. I could like open mouth kiss her. That's how much I love it. Don't worry, Maria, I won't make out with you unless you want me to. But I feel like we are doing our niche a disservice if we're always doing the rainbows and unicorns post. You guys, be okay with sharing when you have a bad day. You know, be okay with sharing the ugly parts of you too. I guarantee you more people will connect with that than they do your awesome, I just killed my workout post. So making yourself seem making yourself seem accessible to your market because you're being honest and real with them. And they're like, man, I deal with that too. I've got hip issues, or, I've got knee issues, or I've got all this stuff. And look, here she is. She's a Beachbody coach, a classroom volunteer, a Girl Scout leader, a troop leader, and she's a mom, and she's dealing with all this stuff. And she's still somehow, the majority of the time, finding a way to share her journey and still be uplifting and sharing this stuff. I want to talk to her. I want more information. I want to work with her. So anyway, that's my little diatribe about that. I love you, Maria. I think you're awesome. Please keep doing what you're doing. If I could clone you, I would do it. Anyway, love you. Thank you for living out.
I want to add something to that. When I was posting that, I knew that it sounded pretty negative, but people that have been following me for a while know that I struggle physically with a lot of things. So it wouldn't be unusual for them to see what I was dealing with. And I actually went a little bit even more so in my own community group that I have. And the outreach that I got from my group was pretty moving, actually. One of them even reached out and she was like, hey, let's go for a walk. Because, in my group, I was like walking, like right now I'm reduced to walking. And that is like a death sentence to me. That's just...
Yeah.
So anyways, that's it. Thank you.
I love you.
All right, going back on mute because I got monsters.
Okay.
Good job, Maria.
Okay, so how are we going to do this?
I don't know, but I want to talk to Maria. I want to tell her that you don't have to respond, but no, I love that post, and I'm doing the same thing in my community group that I have right now. Sharing that, and so there was a quote I posted in one of the groups. It was like, be yourself so the universe knows where to meet you, or something like that. And it's like, I just don't think there's anything more serving to do, especially when we're mostly women who have, a lot of things that we go through. I don't think there's any better way to serve the woman mom population than to just be real about that. And so I love it. So yeah, good job. Good job. Okay, yeah, so how do we want to do this, Chrissy?
I don't know.
Let's just...
All I know, okay, let me just preface this whole call with, this may be a giant SHIT show, this call. But let me tell you that there's so much excitement and passion coming from Larissa and I right now that we hope that either one of a couple things happens. You go on this journey with us to help us create this new vision that we've got, or you steal it and do the same and create your own movement. And her and I we've really been chatting a lot more lately. And she kind of said this word, community. She said community to me. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to run challenge groups. I don't want to do that. And that sounds ridiculous because what do we do as Beachbody coaches? We run challenge groups. Her and I want to create communities. These places where women can come in and there's no shame, and they can embrace themselves and love themselves right where they're at. And through the value and the love and the passion that we pour out upon them as coaches, they realize the amazing person within them that's always been there. And that's what we really want to do. And so rather than running challenge groups, rather than running coaching opportunity groups, rather than running coach basics, we want to create communities. And how do we do that? By putting as much of our heart and soul and value into these places. And that's kind of what her and I have been talking about. And we're so freaking excited about it. We're probably just going to blab. So at any point, if you hang up, we will not be offended. Oh, I think Maria has a question, or she's got a finger up.
Actually, I have something to add to this just right up front. So I run I'm one of the admins on a community group for my neighborhood. It's called Forest Ranch. And recently we've had some problems with some posts that have gone up that have just not been right for our group. Mm-hmm. And so we've had to come up with posting rules and posted it. And part of what I said in like this posting rules is, I mean, we're all friends, neighbors, we shop at the same places, blah, blah, blah. But I said, we're a community predominantly made up of families, and we want to keep this group informative, positive, and one that serves the community as a whole. And I have serves in all capitals. So when you were talking about, like, Larissa, you were talking about serving, you know, the people that are in front of you, that, you know, women, moms, and then talking about a community group, it just kind of, I was like, oh, well, that's what I'm doing in our own community group.
That's what we want to take now with what we do for coaching. We want to embrace that same serving, building value, having a community, a safe place, and we want to put that into our groups now. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So right now it's probably going to sound like cool and kind of like, what, at the same time, but we promise it will all make sense in the end, and it's going to be beautiful, right, Larissa? Right?
Yes, absolutely. Because I mean, look at who we're dealing with and who we're going to do this with. How could we not create something beautiful and amazing? What I posted in the Team Fit fan page, it was maybe a week or so ago, asking what everyone thought their strengths were, you know? And so they're like fun. You felt like nutrition, which I wholly agree. You know, Elizabeth, it kind of had to finesse you into admitting that, that you are good at motivating people, or a good motivator, or at least where do you find the most joy? I mean, you might not be able to cook a veggie burger, but you might love it. And so where do you find the most joy as a coach? You know, what do you love to do? And what I think would be just really cool is if we could all take those strengths and come together to form a community that as we're starting, you know, this could be something with a start and an end date, because we want to get it right and we want to try it, trial and error. I mean, you know, diving in head first and going for it and kind of hoping that it sticks, because in the future it would be amazing to have this community where every time Fawn has shared a recipe or a tip for, you know, doing a vegetarian meal and a meat meal, you know, how to incorporate those types of things for your family, that we can have those files that are just like stocking up there for people to always access. And so then when you're doing, when you're posting about the community, you know, you can, it's like, come be a part of this with us, with this not yet to be named community, where you get daily motivation from 7 coaches who just love to inspire you. Weekly nutrition tips from coaches who just love focusing on nutrition. And, you know, whatever, like the fitness part. However this flows, right? Where we're just adding to this community with our strengths, and then when you go out there and present something, it's like you have this community. Like I love the team for this reason. Why wouldn't we do our groups this way? Why wouldn't we do our groups this way? And it doesn't have to be about like, you're joining a Mad Challenge group because I am like this, so, you know, like whatever. It's like, join my community. And then I just feel that feels so much easier for someone to see themselves inviting people into that community as well, because they don't have to be. Not that any of you aren't. Not that any of you just aren't just total 100% rock stars on your own and could totally do it. But, you know, think about like newer team members coming on and joining and feeling this community, and maybe, you know, it's like being able to see themselves doing what we do. And so when a newer coach comes in, they may not always be so confident. Or coaches that have, you know, been with the team for a long time may not be so confident in certain areas. But you know, I mean, the support is, you guys are all just big-hearted lovers anyway, so you're going to be supportive and you're going to be right there for your people no matter what. But, you know, I just feel like it could be really something beautiful, strong, something that you can just confidently say, like, you know, be a part of this with us. And so that's kind of the vision, where it's kind of the vision right now. It's just really creating that. Excuse me.
Yeah, sorry. No, to kind of add on to what she's saying, guys, this is not going to take away from any of your free groups that you're running. We're converting the idea of a paid challenge group into this community. And so far for right now, we're thinking we'll have we've got a hard start date. We decided, I think June 6th, right, Larissa?
Yeah.
June 6th. And so it could have a finish date, or it could be a revolving door if it's something that just goes really well. And like she said, as newer coaches, it's really hard to say, hey guys, I'm doing this Beachbody thing. Join my challenge group. And they're like, no, thanks. And people, the way to share our community is just, I think it's so much easier to share. It's more natural, you know, like, hey, I've got this fitness community, and within it, we've got tens of whatever coaches, you know, 10, 15, 20 coaches who are rock stars in fitness motivation, meal planning, prepping, nutrition, and we're all going to come together. So not only do you get me, you get all of these people, and it's a community, and it's a place in which you can feel comfortable to ask any question. And we're going to have, you know, we don't want to say experts per se, but you know what I mean? People who are passionate about these different things, because ultimately to be successful, we have to help people get results. And, you know, not that challenge groups don't do it. They've been doing it for a long time. But I think sometimes challenge groups can be very daunting for new coaches to run, you know, like that's a lot. And if we're coming together and doing this together, it takes some of the pressure off a lot of us, right? Like it takes some of the work off of some of us too. And there was something else I wanted to say, and it floated into my brain and right out. Maybe I'll think of it in a minute. But there was something else I was going to say.
Can I add something while you think?
Yes, Steve, please. Maybe you'll jump right here.
I don't think the benefit is just serving coaches. I think it serves people that you're inviting also, because a lot of time it's like a challenge group. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for a challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it. Whereas, hey, join my community group where we have lots of fitness tips, yada, 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 you know, motivation, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
I mean, that's what all those groups are for, like LuLaRoe and essential oils and all of that. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no challenge involved in it. It's just a community of something they love.
Community, it's helpful, and the energy. A lot of us are reading The Energy Bus together right now, and the energy,
That book.
you know, the energy of all of us, of our hearts and everything going into this, I don't think it would be beatable. You know, I think that our energy together and focusing on our strengths, all being able to do what we enjoy what we enjoy doing about it. And you know, I mean, I guess I love the idea of this too, because it introduces challengers to the team and like to the community, where a lot of times they don't get to see that and they don't get to know this. So I just I just love the idea of having the community, the support, and like Maria said, challenge. I mean, gosh, life is challenging enough right now for me personally. You know, again, sometimes though I'm really motivated by a challenge. So it could be just something that, you know, that constant thing to invite people to, like, and then as far as the advertising goes, like, I'm the first person, like, I want you all to have your individuality. I want you all to market to your niche. I want you all to never lose that. I want your marketing to match and all of that. Like, I'm the first person to say, like, find your way. But at the same time, I would love to create this in such a way that, you know, maybe you don't want to do a big old marketing deal right now and think about that. So I want to create it in such a way that could be done for you too, and that you can put your spin on it. But, like, let's say, you know, maybe even, is it static? Does static mean like constant?
Yeah. Right.
Like on, you know, maybe a web page for this.
Right.
Maybe we can in the future all, like, you know, do an introduction video, like meet your coaches, you know, backgrounds, and just show how people will be able to connect on so many levels. And it could be something where maybe a portion of that is done for you, because you never want to lose your individuality, and you never want to lose your, like, you know, you connecting with people. So it could be something that was set for you where you make that connection, like, say Ashley did in her post, and then you have this additional piece of marketing to send them to describe the group and to meet the coach, and to, like, maybe we do like some screenshots of the group as it progresses, or, you know, just in the future. I'm thinking of, I love marketing. I really do. I love thinking about all that. And for me, when I have something that I can click on that says bam, 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 you know, like, meet your coaches. Here's a little taste of the tools that will be available to you in this group. Here's, you know, blah, 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 blah. And so just a portion of this could be done for you. So when you're talking about it, you have something like, you know, like something like Beachbody provides about challenge groups. You know, they recommend that you say less and you connect them with the videos, or you say less and you connect them with their marketing tools, right? Because their marketing people are probably pretty smart and they know what they're doing and they've got all this stuff. So maybe we create something like that we can all use when we're talking about our community, fitness wise. And then just as we progress, we do the same thing for the team and for the trainings. And so we just tackle this in unison together, and we all just go on this journey together. And we just add value where we can, and we do, you know, those kinds of things. And you never, you know, probably something like this in this community, then you'd want to probably amp up your one-on-one communications with your challengers, because you never want to lose that. But the community, I feel, is something that, like, I would love to be a part of. I mean, I love to be part of this community. So why not? Why don't we all help each other raise each other up, raise all of our challengers up, and go for it. So, you know, obviously there are some things to think about, and I don't know, me and Chris, you're talking about it, right? Do you require, like, here's the big elephant in the room. What do you require, right? Because I know a lot of us have a hard time requiring anything. And we're going to have our next team call in 2 weeks. This may be hopefully this will help us all get in the right mindset for this. But at this point, we're thinking, it's a Beachbody Challenge group. We're going to be adding tremendous value. I mean, there are things that I'm really good at. I mean, there are things that you each are all really good at. Elizabeth, Anne-Marie, Fawn, who else is on the call? Alex, Maria, Chrissy. We're all very good at. And we're going to be giving them a lot of value.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to, they've got to be probably buying something to be a part of this community. So that step forward from your free groups to like, I'm doing this, this part of this community where we have these, maybe not experts, but these love perts, these people who love this part of
love pert.
You know what I mean? But a step, because there's going to be nothing better than this. And I have to tell you, as someone who, who knows a lot of life coaches and business coaches and health and wellness coaches who are not Beachbody coaches, a community like this is not cheap. having something like this to plug into. I mean, I'm just looking at like some like Susan Hyde. I share a lot of her stuff in the Team Fit Fam page. She has a group. It's 6 challenges and like 2-hour call with her for $2,500. Okay, so the value here that we're going to create is for what they get is going to be absolutely like still like what crazy. Yeah. But we want, this is just Chrissy's ad. I'm just like babbling.
No, I agree 100%. And I know some coaches have a really hard time getting people in the door. Like they love the whole free idea group, but then converting them to an actual paid customer, right? That's like kind of tricky. Right. But yeah, for this group, we're saving it, reserving it for those who have, invested in themselves. They've taken that initial investment, be it Challenge Pack, Shakeology, a fitness program, BOD, whatever. They're actively now involved in themselves, and they do need coaching. Because to me, you don't need a whole lot of coaching for a free clean eating group. You just provide them some tips, meal plan prep, you get them motivated, whatever. That doesn't take a lot from you. What we're going to be giving here is of ourselves and of our time and of our expertise, love pertise. And so there's going to be value there. So they need to be willing to invest in themselves. And if you have a problem with that, then either Larissa needs to have a one-on-one with you, or I can sit down and have a one-on-one with my team and talk to you about, like I said to Larissa today, and we're going to talk more about this on our 2-week call. I purchased Turbo Fire, the challenge pack, when it was $205. I did it without even asking my husband. I took his credit card, paid for it. When it came, I still didn't tell him I bought it. And then finally he started seeing this bag. He was like, what is Shakeology? And I was like, it's already open. I can't return it. And I did it, and I made that investment in myself. And I told him, he was not on board. P.S. ladies, in the beginning, you'll hear more about my story later, next time. But we're looking for people who are willing to invest in themselves. And if you as a coach have a problem asking for them to invest in themselves, and there's something else here that Larissa and I need to get down to the bottom of and help you overcome that. Because if you're having an issue saying, this is what we're offering, this is the challenge pack, and if you have a problem sharing that or breaking that down, that's probably coming across in your message. Do you know what I mean? And those people are kind of backing away, like, what is she talking about? Oh God, there's money involved. You guys, be confident. There's money. What are you talking about? It's free. Nothing in life is free, people. They have to be willing to invest in themselves. You got to be confident in what you're offering as a coach. You guys are amazing. Our products are amazing. There is no like, it's $140. No, it's only $140. It's going to change your freaking life. Are you kidding me? I would pay that times 3. If I knew then, almost 4 years ago. Sorry, I'm getting on my soapbox.
I love that. Could you do that again,
If I knew now what I knew then, I would pay triple what I paid. Easy. Because of how much this opportunity has changed my life. So do I have a problem telling someone that a challenge pack costs a measly $140? Hell no. I don't have a problem. And if they come at me, I'm like, let's talk about it. I can help you afford this, you know? And half the time people, they always use money as an excuse, but it's not an excuse. There's not that many people who are $140 away from bankruptcy. There's not that many people. There's something else, you know? They fear their spouse isn't going to support them. They don't believe in themselves yet. They just, you know, they are more in love with the idea of changing than actually putting the work in. And if we as coaches believe in them so much and help them uncover their true objection and work them through this process, they'll pay you $300 for that 21-day fix challenge pack. I guarantee it every time. But I don't want to get too much on that. That's 2 weeks from now, okay? So yes, it's going to be a requirement that they've invested in themselves to join this community, right? Because we're giving so much to them, so much value, so much of our time and our resources that, yeah, they do have to be a paid customer. So, and if you guys are having any trouble in those areas, let Larissa and I talk to you about it. You know, let us help you kind of overcome that, because to me, $140 for the 21-day fix is stupid. You're basically buying a bag of Shakeology and essentially getting it for free. I mean, maybe it's not on sale. I got it. It's like $160 right now. Joke's on me. But you know what I mean, right?
And you're getting like a human. Have I ever given up on anybody in this team, on this call, in my groups? I mean, no. Could you message me right now? Wait. What does your head say? Elizabeth, you went down, and I'm like, oh, but no. Okay, this is like.
Where's the finish? Sorry, every time I see WTF, I don't read it that way. All right.
I like it.
I like it.
But yeah, I mean, it's incredibly valuable, and just honestly knowing, like having a human there, having say, like, how many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 9 if Chrissy's second person.
Count me twice.
Her phone
I'm worth 2, baby.
Say 5 or 10 of us go in on this together and build this community together. You got 5 or 10 people for $140.
That's insane, though.
Through this thing, and that's crazy. That really is crazy. And like Chrissy was saying, like when Brindley invited me to do this, had I already owned TurboFire, Shakeology, and whatever else that I would have bought it again because I wanted the support. I honestly would have. I would have said, like, probably wouldn't have told her that I already had it, and I probably would have just bought it again. And it's really not about sales. It's about not validating somebody's belief that they're not worth it. Like, oh, I'm not worth it. Let me go ahead and try this, you know.
Jillian Michaels 30-day shred.
Right.
Or Thrive, for that matter.
Yeah. We don't need to validate that. Like, we believe, you know, that they're worth it. That, you know, like, this is our call in a couple weeks, so you'll hear some repeats. But me taking the step to invest in myself when I hadn't had a haircut in a year, when I hadn't been showering very often at all, when I had been, when I had still been wearing maternity pants from when Maddox was a baby. Like, you know, so I had Chloe, he was 3.5. I was wearing 4-year-old maternity pants still. And all of those things just combine to make you feel a little less worthy. And so me saying, you know what, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to try this, and I'm going for it. it was a mind shift that I needed to get my happy butt to even turn the videos on when I got them. I needed that mind shift. I needed to know I was worth it. And so we as coaches need to have a little bit of a wake-up call, a little bit of a mind shift, and know that you are worth a heck of a lot. And you are valuable in these friends' lives, in these people's lives. And if they don't see that value, that might be on them. You know, once we can feel that value. Right now, it's on you if you don't feel like you're worth anything as a coach. That's on you right now. But you gotta feel your worth. I could tell you as a photographer, as an esthetician, as every business that I tried to create, I didn't have worth, and people will. Do you think that, do you think that somebody who's invested college hours, money, education, equipment to the tune of about $15,000 in camera equipment, you think that that person would be worth paying when you had a photo shoot done by them? Yeah. But I didn't think so. I thought, I need to just give, and I don't really want to ask for money. This has been my MO my whole life. Enough. You know? Because each and every one of you guys in here is invaluable. And you really have, I really hope that you know how important you are and how integral you are into the people's lives when they change. That's why you're doing this. And it doesn't have to mean that you're greedy or that you're, now all of a sudden required to do more than you feel you know how to do or anything like that. I think after the energy bus, for those of us who are kind of book clubbing it right now, we need to do some money personal development. I personally need that, but just know your worth. Know your worth. Don't get swallowed up because people will, take advantage. And then it's just no good. But I love the idea of doing this community and building something that is just, bigger than me. That is all of you guys, all of your huge hearts, and all of you really are experts. We all are experts in what we know. So we have that to give and share. And I know a lot of us are already giving and sharing that. But let's do it together. And does anybody, I do want this to be a mastermind call. So that means that I would love to hear ideas. I'd love to hear Elizabeth, yes, my sweet, sweet Elizabeth. I love. I'm looking into flights to come see you. There was one in the Chicago airport for $108, and I'm like, dude. Well, I might get a little knock from Larissa on your door.
Hey, well, I'm only one state away from her. Well, 2 states away from her. I'm only 4 hours away. So if you want to see Liz, you better stop and see me.
And you two are 4 hours away. You guys need to connect.
I know.
Yeah.
I keep telling her that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's hear from you, Elizabeth. What do you got, girl?
I had a question because how you're saying require purchase. What if they have purchased a challenge pack, but it's been a while? But they aren't consistently keeping Shakeology or anything? Would you think we should require something else, or no?
I mean,
a current.
Maybe the requirement is they're on Shakeology.
Okay.
Because if they've already got a program, at some point they've purchased a challenge pack, but then probably canceled their Shakeology. I mean, chances of that are pretty likely. So, you can join if you're on Shakeology.
Yeah, and see what they need. Where are you struggling? How do you feel like being a part of this could add to? What are you missing? And where are they struggling? And then just fill that need for them with a new purchase if they're not
Right.
on Shakeology, auto ship or something like that.
Maybe they're bored of the program they had. Maybe they've been
Yeah.
doing a one-day fix for 6 months.
Right.
Right. Or like me, like seriously, like I would have bought everything I bought to be a part of that. I would have bought it again because I saw the value. Like I just saw the value in there. I mean, I was posting on that event page thinking that this was the group. And I'm like, I was sharing like, oh my God, I'm going to a birthday party. Could somebody help me? And like, I'm sure it was Mindy Rose. And she's like, it's okay, just whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I don't remember what she said. But like they were all like, I was one of those like kooky people up in the event, like posting and I already saw the value. I wanted the community. I wanted the support. I wanted friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just needed something. So yeah, you find what they need and help them get in there. But maybe somebody who, is just maybe, I don't know if you're to the part of the energy vampire of the energy bus right now, but, maybe they're just someone who's kind of dragging along and maybe they suck your energy out. Well, then no,
Right.
No. Energy suckers not allowed.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, we can all, I guess, make that determination, but don't undervalue yourself.
Yeah. Help them. Sometimes the problem is that particular person just doesn't believe enough in themselves yet. And you have to be the one that believes in them for them to get them like propped up and get them started,
Yeah.
And it's tough, but trust me, my husband, we joke to this day. I'm like, remember that time about the challenge pack? Didn't tell you? $205, you guys. I'm a stay-at-home mom. His credit card, no less. You know what I mean? Like, so people, if they want it bad enough, they will find a way.
Yeah, they will.
And the problem is, if they're backing off when you tell them the price, you haven't built enough value yet. You haven't given yourself enough time to build value in what you're offering.
Yeah.
They don't understand what it is yet. You haven't explained it well enough. And trust me, if you get people on the phone, as icky as it sounds,
I love the phone. My team knows that. They're like,
they hear you. They just hear you, and they hear how excited you are, and they're like, man, I'm not 100% sure what she just said to me, but it sounds really freaking cool. So yeah, take my credit card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was one that my coach sent me the video, I don't remember what it is. It's one of the older marketing videos from 4 years ago. And she sent it to me, and I was bawling at the end, you guys, bawling in complete tears, because I was just like, oh, I want to be that. They're all happy and sweaty and high five, and this one's got six pack, and I want that, And that's the kind of energy and the kind of value that we're going to create for these people, and that's what we're going to put them in, where they go from to, oh my God, I love life,
Yeah.
And when they see that that's possible, when we create that for them and we help them see that, shoot, they give you $500 to join that club, guarantee. And I know you're thinking, oh, she's just been a coach for so long, and she doesn't care about. No, I'm serious. I'm really serious. When people it's called, like we have our why as coaches, why we want to coach. They have a why too, and I call it the nugget. Okay. If you can get to their nugget, and their nugget is not, I want to lose 15 to 20 pounds. That's not the nugget. The nugget is the deep emotional attachment to which drives them to want to change. Okay. It's not the goal. It's that emotional attachment to it. Like, I'm so sick and tired of this, and I just want to do this for my kids, and I can't get on the floor with them anymore. To me, mine was, I couldn't walk to the mailbox without getting out of breath. That was my nugget. I wanted to be able to check my mail, and not feel like I just ran a 5K. Okay. And that was my nugget. And you got to get to that. You've got to uncover their emotional reason for wanting to join your challenge or enter your community. And I'm telling you, if you know what that is, they will pay to join. Okay.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know what that is, and you use that to your advantage, not in a bad way, but if you use that to your advantage to explain to them, they can achieve this by joining this, they'll come in and they'll just start making it rain money. They'll just be like, take my money. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, Brindley sent me, Beachbody knows what they're doing because they do have those scripts, right? Brindley sent me the scripts word for word, to my box. Like I said, yes, I'm clicking on the event, then I'm typing in there like, oh my God, I have a birthday party, I'm gonna eat cake, but I just didn't want to. And, why the cake at the top?
It's always cake.
Yeah. So and then she said, oh, I'm so excited that you're interested in my group. Can I, like literally, like if you go into the online office, it was exactly the script. And I knew that. I said, well, this doesn't sound like Brindley, but it's Brindley. So this must be helping her get the information that she needs from me. And I just simply answered the questions really long. really laid it all out there. Like, the why is this important to you? And I'm like, I just laid it out there, about my kids and about like the sweatpants and the closet and the whole deal. I laid it all out there. And once I said that, there was no way I could turn back. And that's not like a schemy kind of creepy deal that she like hooked, line, and sinkered me. That was like what I needed to be able to do the group, to do the challenges, to like, that was what I needed. I needed to connect to that. I absolutely needed to connect. And so, maybe we can do next week as part of our call, maybe we can do some interactive coaching so that we can learn how to coach others. Because, coaching isn't about telling somebody what to do. It has never been about telling somebody what to do. It is about helping them find out what they feel they need to do. If you're telling someone what to do, what do you feel like when somebody tells you what to do? Right? Nobody wants to. You don't want to be told what to do. You want to find your way, and so you ask questions so that they can have the answers, and then they have buy-in, and they're invested in their goals.
Yes.
You need to help people get buy-in and be invested in their goals and make the connection that investment, it's a package deal. And that, they don't have to do that. They don't have to do it with you. But if they see that this is the way for them, help them get there by showing them and by coaching them, which is not telling them what to do. It's helping them, it's asking them questions, it's connecting them to what they, to their pain and to their joy.
Yeah.
People are either running away from something or running to something. And so you have to find that. What is that? Are you running to the swimming pool in in like a thong?
Moo-moo?
Are you running away from the moo-moo into the thong, maybe?
No, this one will not be wearing a thong ever.
Well, I'm disappointed, frankly. Okay, anyone else have anything to add on this call? Fawn, we talked about this, after the last call, Fawn and I just like sat down for like an hour and a half. And and we had a good talk about this, kind of. So I know a lot of us have to go though. So just anything to add, Fawn, or anyone else at all? How are you feeling? Is anyone excited about this?
Anyone excited? Yeah, I want to see hands. Anyone excited? Looking forward? Okay, good. Yeah. Alex, you're the only one that didn't raise your hand.
She raised her eyebrow, I believe. It's like, okay. What do you think?
And I'm also excited, you guys, for the call from 2 weeks from now. We've already kind of hinted towards it about helping you to build value in what you're offering and building value in challenge packs and helping others see the value in that. And so I think that's going to be a good call as well. But in closing, I want to say to you guys that, first of all, you're amazing. Second of all, we've got to stop the limiting self-belief thoughts about ourselves, because we then impose that onto other people, right? So it starts with us too. So if you're not feeling valuable as a coach or what you have to offer, you're going to in turn put that onto someone else. They're going to feel that and they're going to be like, oh, I don't think I want to do her thing or whatever, you know? And so we've got to start. It starts with us. We've got to believe in what we have to offer. And that's why I think this community is going to be so epic for us, because it's going to allow us to go arm in arm, to link up together versus doing this by ourselves. And then so we all come together with our love pertise and we just love on these people. And it just kind of takes a lot of the fear out of it, you know, because we can do it together.
Yeah.
And so what if you're having a bad day and you're like, I really don't want to check into my challenge group? You know what? We got you, sister. We're all here together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Love it.
off, unfortunately, because my husband just came home with dinner and there's not any right now. so I get to go to dinner.
I'm going to force Fawn and Amaray to say whatever they were going to say. But you,
Okay.
I love you. Thank you.
Love you, gals. I'll see you next week, and I'm totally going to watch the playback to hear what y'all two had to say.
Okay.
Love y'all. See you. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.
Hello.
I was just thinking when Elizabeth was saying what could we add if it's not Shakeology, what about, are we incorporating this just our own strengths, or are we adding still Beachbody stuff? Because about investing and having fitness programs and Shakeology. So is it like a kind of a, not collaboration with Beachbody, but it's still...
Yeah, no, it's a Beachbody group. It's a Beachbody community with Beachbody coaches, and you got to be a Beachbody customer of one of the coaches in the group, which means you have to, you invest in something to be a part of it.
What about Beachbody, the membership, the club?
Yeah, the club membership, the performance line, a program.
Okay.
You know, I mean, ideally, it's it's the full thing, the challenge pack and all of that, right? But, we got to meet people where they are with what they need. And hi, sweetie pie.
Aww.
So it's just about the customer and what they need, but they do have to be a customer.
Okay.
Because to have any one of you guys on their side, that's priceless. I mean, my gosh, if someone's going to be able to spend like $30 on the, portion fix and just roll with this and get all of this, yeah, it's priceless, I think. I personally so. Amaray, what were you going to say?
I was actually just going to ask a question.
Yeah.
Yesterday or the night before,
Uh-huh.
I had talked to a girl that I had added through our free group.
Mm-hmm.
She messaged me asking about Shakeology because she had won Alex's little giveaway,
Mm-hmm.
a couple packs. And here, Alex was going to mail it out to her. And I was like, nah, it's okay. I'll take care of it. And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, she's only here. Come to find out, she's 8 minutes away from me. And she was on my way to daycare. And I was going to go pick up my daughter.
Uh-huh.
So I ended up dropping the Shakeology packets off to her. Here, she loves it.
Good.
So she asked about Shakeology. So I went through the whole little spiel of, how she can get a challenge pack. Because I asked her, I said, well, what are you wanting? Is it just Shakeology? Or she's telling me that she's having trouble with eating. So I mentioned to her that she could get the challenge pack for pretty much $10 more than just a bag of Shakeology. And if she actually signed up to be a coach, it would even save her more money.
Right.
So I mentioned it all to her and went through pricing and everything, and a little scared about giving her the pricing, but at the same time, like Chrissy was just saying, our time is valuable, and having me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to call on, I'm sorry, but I think it's very valuable.
Yeah.
For $10 a month, on top of not, your bag of Shakeology, and the idea that you can skip 5 months and still be a coach and only have to pay $15 a month for it. I'm sorry, I think that's a steal. So I told her everything, and she ended up messaging me back and saying that she needs to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I responded back to her, and I'm like, okay, can I check back with you in a couple days?
Yeah.
She said, yeah, sure.
Okay. So tell me what her goals are, though. Do you know those?
Yeah, she
Okay.
messaged everything to me.
Okay.
So that I can have it all written down, because I knew you were going to ask me that. And I'm like, I need to have it written, because I'm not going to remember. I'm just because I told her, she initially asked, and I said, okay. She wants to know, she initially said she really likes the Shakeology. How much is it? She might order some.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, let me ask you what your fitness goals are. How much do you want to lose, or are you just looking to tone up?
Sure.
I said, there are many different options, and I'd like to give you a couple so that you can choose what's best for you.
Yeah.
She said, I'd love to lose 40 to 50 pounds. I've gained in the past year and a half from meds that she was put on. She said, and plus sometimes she doesn't eat healthy or doesn't eat at all. So these are great for getting the right nutrition for meal replacement.
Mm-hmm.
So I then go into, okay, we have programs where it can help you learn to eat healthier, smaller, more often foods. You can get a workout DVDs and a 30-day supply of Shakeology and me as your coach for $160. And then that's when I went in and explained to her that if she signed up as a discount member, and then I said coach in parentheses, don't worry, you don't have to coach anyone. You can save 25% on your Shakeology every month. There is a fee of $15 to be a discount member, but instead of paying $130 for your Shakeology, you'd pay $100. Plus, you'd pay the $15 to be the discount member. And I said, let's be honest here. You love the taste of Shakeology, and you want to lose the 50 pounds, which is definitely doable, just not in a month. So the better option would be a discount member, but it is up to you. Please let me know which link you'd like me to send you.
Yeah. If I were you, I would spend a little bit more time, like, airing out that goal for her and talking just a little bit more there than, connecting. I mean, it's good. I never give, I don't know how your whole conversation went, but I'll usually wait a little bit, before I give that information or ask if they're ready for that information. But you're doing great getting the goal. I just would marinate there for a little bit longer, and help her dig a little bit deeper there, because she's connected to it. Like, she knows what she wants. She wants to lose 40 or 50 pounds. She knows her struggle, right? She knows all of those things. But I just would maybe, when you reconnect with her, ask her how she's doing with her nutrition. Ask her how she's doing, and get to the point of, like, people want to lose 40 or 50 pounds. Why? Why do they want to do that? Because they want to feel a certain way. So help her make that connection to how she's going to feel when she reaches that goal. And yes, help her have that realistic timeline, because it is, like you said, it's going to take longer than a month. So with that realistic timeline in place of, like, ask her how, what her goals would be, how many pounds a week would she want to lose, help her just, really feel all of that a little bit more again when you reach back out. So did you have, like, a specific question? It's great and it's good and it, like, all positive, but I would really, like, help her connect with her goal a little bit more. You know what I mean? And I don't know what your whole conversation looked like, but what specifically do you need, like, questions?
I want to be able to reach out to her
Yeah.
in a couple days, probably tomorrow actually, because like I said, she's in my free group. Me, Liz, and Alex's free group. So I mean, she's seeing us interacting daily.
Yeah.
But I don't want to reach back out to her. And like I said, I want to reach back out to her tomorrow and say something along the lines of, hey, just wanted to check back in with you. Want to see how you're doing nutrition-wise. I know you're still enjoying the shakes. So, but see, me, sometimes I'm too damn blunt, and that's the issue. And I don't want to scare her off being so damn blunt. But I want to be like, well, what's holding you off on
exactly.
getting
That's
your
what you
Shakeology?
need to do. If you're blunt and you want to get to the point, you need to find out, like you just said, that's where you need to go with it. Is like,
Okay, but I'm worried that that's going to scare her off.
If
It won't scare her off, Amaray, because when you ask someone a question about their reservations, sometimes they don't know until they start talking about it. So she might say, oh, you know what, it's money. But then when she actually starts talking about it with you, then all of a sudden it wasn't even the money. Like when she was like, well, shit, I have $160. It's more fear or something else. So you're starting with one problem, but you're actually working through a group of problems, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a conversation that goes back and forth a little bit, probably to even help her connect with what is holding her back. So
that's a perfect question, what you just said.
Yeah.
Okay, so even though she said she needed she wanted a little time to think about it, that's not like, I shouldn't get a red flag going, oh my God, I lost her.
No, you're helping her with her why. You're helping answer questions. Like she is giving time, but you're going to help her with those reservations, with those questions. So she might be sitting there writing down something, but you're able to answer those for her.
Yeah.
You're trying to help, and she's going to see that you're trying to help.
Yeah. Just have the goal in mind that you're helping her through her reservations and that you're helping her connect to her goal, not that you're helping her order this Shakeology. You have to help her and be completely open and comfortable with the idea that going through this process, she might even eliminate the need for Shakeology. You're there to help her see the value in it, absolutely, but you're there to help her through like what's holding her back, help her reconnect with her goals, help her reconnect with her struggles, and show her how, so you've seen how Shakeology can fit into this struggle for the last few days with your samples, what do you no close-ended question is always so hard. How do you think you would feel having that consistency over the next 30 days? How would that help you? How would it help you to have that consistency and with your nutrition over the next 30 days? Oh, wow, I didn't think about it that way. It would help me, feel better. I would probably have more energy. I wouldn't be so drained. Like, how would it help you to have consistent whole food nutrition in your system every day when you usually struggle? Help her see those things.
And accessible.
Yeah. How would it help? How would it help you to have something? Not would it help you, because the answer is yes or no, but
yeah.
How would it help you?
Something that'll make her open up.
Simple like that. And now you're having breakfast every day. How would that change your life? How would that make you feel?
Are you not snacking on crap now? Ask her the changes that it's made, the difference. Like, hey, when you drink the shake, do you notice that you're full? Or are you still grabbing cookies while you're drinking the shake? Or something, not saying that's what she's doing, but yeah, I don't know, a little Oreo dipped in a little Shakeology might be good.
That might be really good.
If you're talking about Amaray, on our post the other day when you had asked about our dreams, she had mentioned she wants to open up her own dog grooming business, right?
No, that's Candy. We're actually talking about Sarah this time.
yeah, she wants to open up the dog grooming business, and she wants to do some sort of like pet saving thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then she was saying how then the next time we were like talking about planning treats, and she's like, I treat myself every day. So maybe you can be like, are those sweets still getting to, you know what I mean? Somehow with Shakeology. Does that make sense?
Or maybe even like yeah, like treat Shakeology as
I'm
your
trying to write all this down. You're killing me. Can't write that fast.
That's a good one, Alex, because you know what? That's obviously showing her that she's going backwards without like nitpicking of like, if you keep treating yourself, you're gaining weight. But it's a different way to say, is that Shakeology going to help reduce those cravings for your special treat? Can Shakeology be your special treat? Because you know.
Yeah, because if she loves them and she loves to treat herself every day, why not treat yourself with, you know.
Nutrition.
Yeah. I'm going to stop recording.